That's the team we're gonna cheer.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Ryan Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he takes it ahead for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He gets this to Michael Mayer. All right, short of the marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
He's caught. He's got Brown. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but showing the love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go.
Burrow now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
First down.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Chase Brown, his intended target, out of the backfield. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Here we go. Stop.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. This connects with Higgins. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Jimmy Horn here on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
McMillan coming in motion right.
Let's go.
To the air now on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen. Brooks. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And he's hit just before he can pick up that first, so 3rd and short coming up from the 33.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
Complete beyond the marker. The 30. And they are all the way into that red zone.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st down, Panthers.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready.
More work against the blitz. Has it in close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and goal, Hubbard. And he runs it across, touchdown. The Panthers finish off their opening drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out, so no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Brown quick on the draw here. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
They run. It's the rookie from Louisiana. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this.
One, ready?
Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin.
Here we go.
This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down.
Start.
From the gun on third down, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Brown on the inside give. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
180.
Burrow. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
180.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's 4th down.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him denies the 1st down.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Steady.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Running once more with Brooks. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Into the hands of Leggett. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
1st down, Carolina.
Dropping back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Well, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
He's keeping it. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
3rd and long for him here. Cut down the field. Leggett. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kicks down inside the 35-yard line.
Third 19.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Panthers.
On first down, here comes Brooks. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Okay, ready?
So it'll be second and long upcoming on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Sit tight. More from Paycor Stadium on the other side. Back to the line they come. Second down.
Panther 80. Panther 11. Panther 11.
He's going to throw this one. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Leading 4 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
19 tight. 70 Lions.
Back to throw. That's complete. Sanders has got an outright. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Wandale Robinson now to return this. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Good set. 180. It's hot.
Burrow from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. 5 still to go here. This is second down.
Done.
Throwing is Burrow. Completed to his running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. So first down from the 41.
Here we go. 11 MPK. 180. Rise up. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Throw wheeled in by Mayer. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Stop.
To the air again. It's Burrow. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for second.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
He's loaded another one up. That's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it up.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
3rd down from the gun. Trying for the deep ball. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
It's just set. Stop. Wide 80. Stop.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Baker with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Nice. Stephanie. Cougar 19. 18. 5 years.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Outright, Leggett makes the grab. He's going to get this up to about the 28. Very close to picking up that 1st down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
That goes for a gain of just 1, and that's good for a Panthers 1st.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
That's complete inside the 35. To the house, touchdown Carolina. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3.
17. Bengals 14. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Brown to start the drive. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Right shot. Stop.
Burrow to the air now. Got a man. It's Mayer. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here we go.
Burrow now on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is taken ahead to the 42. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
It is caught left side. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Gun.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. Oh, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
On one, right?
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
11, and here we go. 180.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Right side cut by Higgins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
And they did to him as he was trying to make something happen. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. And he's got it. It's in close. And there's a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. Just 3 yards between them and a touchdown. It's 3rd and goal.
11, mighty. 180. Stop.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, yeah, that looked good, but you got to get both feet down too.
They want the touchdown on 4th and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Here we go. 180 shot.
The flag comes out. This is going to back them up to the edge of the end zone. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
For the Bengals field goal.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
Now, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Baker with the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll throw. This is Legans working the left side. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here we go.
Brooks bouncing out ahead from the pistol. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He gets 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Gets this to Sanders. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Ooh, and that was close, but they're going to have to get this on third down now. Gain is to the 27. All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's a tie ball game through 3. We're going to see which side separates in the 4th. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Short pass brought in. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
Running the toss here to Brooks. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Brought in right side by McMillan. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Has it in close. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 4th quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On 1, ready?
Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Play action here. Burrow. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
1st and 10.
On the keeper, it's Burrow. On the move, past the 40. And Burrow gets enough for that 1st down and then smartly gets down to avoid the hit.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
A 1st down carry for Brown. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Complete over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the net. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
11 empty, 11 empty.
Burrow on first down. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Here we go. 180. Right up. Stop.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals now trail by just a point in the fourth. They're lining up for two. This is for the lead and potentially the win. Again, it's Burrow. And he's got it. That gets him two and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll throw to begin this drive. That's complete till he gets. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Panthers trail by just one. Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now. 19, 18.
Setting up to throw. He's got him. That's McMillan. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
Panthers first down. 13 yards. First down, Carolina.
Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers have taken the lead late.
Touchdown.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Setting up to pass. Caught at the one. And he gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That puts them in a much better spot now. Up 7 here in the fourth.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
He'll look to throw it. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Now to throw. And this one doesn't go far.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout.
Guns.
Looking to throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down, too. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. To the air again. It's Burrow. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down, too.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Final timeout taken by the Bengals. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. And it's not over yet. They score here in the final minutes, and now they can tie or even win this game right here. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Coach did not hesitate there. He held up those 2 fingers right away. They're going to try for this win.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw again, it's Burrow. It's caught. And he's going to run in for 2. Oh, they gambled the entire game on that call. And now they're in line for the win. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Baker with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
On the return, the Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. So there's the timeout called, and we're going to see if they think there's enough time for 2 plays or just one last snap. And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
And the Panther first down.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Panthers to the 19.
Here he goes, one final shot. Finding his man again, it's Legette. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. But I believe someone on the Panthers made it to the loose football first. They're hanging on to it. So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.